Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing here tonight? Wow, what a turnout in this room. Just look around. Proud Conservatives. Does this look like we're headed in a good direction or what? Well, let me tell you, we have 5 more days until Andrew Scheer becomes our Prime Minister! We have a lot of great candidates in this room. Let me call them out. If you guys are here, put up your hand. We have Peter Ancaster from Hamilton Mountain. Monica Cirillo from Hamilton Center. Nikki Coward from Stony Creek. Dean Allison from Niagara West. David Sweet from Glenbrook. Sonia Atwell from Cambridge. Joe McColman from Brant. We have a lot of support here from Diane Finley. Wow, what a great crowd, guys. And I'm Bert Larangelo. I'm your Conservative candidate for Hamilton West. Here in this riding for the families that are trying to plan for their kids' future. They're trying to plan for their retirement. I'm running for the young professionals that are trying to get their careers off the ground. I'm running for those that are worried about life getting very expensive. We're so blessed to have a leader that has lived the middle class, that continues to live the middle class, and understands the struggles of the middle class, and is focused on making sure you keep more of your money in your pockets. Yeah. Andrew Scheer grew up with one of the Trudeaus as a Prime Minister. Now we're raising our kids with another Prime Minister. That's a Trudeau. Now, Andrew, he is focused on making sure we get this country back on track. He is somebody that has always fought the odds and made sure that he comes out as a successful person. He's always cared for Canadians, he's always cared for his family, and he really cares about everybody in this room right here. Without further ado, let me introduce the next Prime Minister of Canada, Andrew Scheer!
Such great news to start off with. We are only a few days away from getting rid of a tax-hiking, deficit-running, scandal-plagued Liberal government. You know, everywhere I go across Canada, I'm always meeting people who come up to me and they put up their hand and they say, "Andrew, I'm so sorry." And I always think that's a very Canadian way to introduce yourselves. They say, "Andrew, I'm so sorry, I voted Liberal in 2015, but I'm voting Conservative this time." them that it's okay, because in 2015, they were lied to. Justin Trudeau made so many promises that he had no intention of keeping. Remember, he promised that he would balance the budget, that the budget would balance itself in 2019. But instead, we've got endless deficits and all the tax hikes that go along with it. And they know they can't trust Justin Trudeau. This election is coming down to the simple question: who do you trust to run a government that lives within its means to put more money back in your pocket so you can get ahead? Nous savons qu'on ne peut pas avoir confiance en Justin Trudeau. We know that we can't have faith in Justin Trudeau. He said so many things that he knew wasn't true. Remember when he looked millions of Canadians in the eye and he said that the story in the Globe and Mail about the SNC-Lavalin scandal was false. He said that Jody Wilson-Raybould never came to him with her concerns. He shut down parliamentary investigations into his wrongdoing, and now he's not even letting the RCMP get to the bottom. Well, come October 21st, we're going to have a Conservative government that will launch an inquiry into his scandal and corruption. And you know, Justin Trudeau, he loves telling people that they've never had it so good. He's running around telling everyone that they're lucky to have him as Prime Minister, that things have never been better. Well, he's not hearing from the same people that I'm hearing from. I'm hearing from thousands and thousands of hard-working Canadians who are doing everything right, paying their bills on time, going to university, providing for their families, and they're feeling like they are working harder and harder, but falling further and further behind. And we know that under Justin Trudeau, over half of Canadians are feeling like they're less than $200 away every month from not being able to pay their bills. And over 80% of middle-class Canadian families are paying higher taxes today than they were just 4 years ago.
Seniors are worse off.
And seniors are being hit by many of those tax hikes and negative policies. And that's why we have such an exciting plan. That's why we are going to run a government that lives within its means so that we can put more money in your pocket, because it's time for you to get ahead. Justin Trudeau's deficits mean more and more of your tax dollar goes just to pay the interest on that debt. And Conservatives know that we shouldn't be sending your tax dollars to banks and bondholders. We're going to get back to balanced budget so we can put more of your money into better services and tax cuts. And it starts with job number one. Job number one, the very first piece of legislation that our new members of Parliament will be voting on, will be called an act to repeal the carbon tax. We're going to go one step further. We're going to go one step further than just canceling the carbon tax. We know the carbon tax has made everything get more expensive. We know that it's raised the cost of gasoline, home heating, and groceries. And that's why we're going to go one step further than just canceling the carbon tax, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to recognize that in Canada, heating your home in the winter is not a luxury. It's a necessity. So we're going to scrap the GST off of home heating and home utility. We're going to put more money back in your pocket with the universal tax cut, lowering the first income tax bracket so that every Canadian taxpayer gets a break. And we're going to bring back popular tax credits, like the public transit tax credit and the tax credit for kids' sports and activities. You know, Justin Trudeau might not, you know, when he says that things have never been better, I'm sure in his world that may be true. And remember, when he saw high gas prices, and he said that higher gasoline prices were exactly what he wanted. Well, it might be exactly what millionaire liberals want, but it's not what hard-working Canadians want, ladies and gentlemen. And under Justin Trudeau, Canada has become a country of no. No to hardworking entrepreneurs who create jobs and opportunities in our society. No to big projects that unite our country together. No to our energy sector that creates thousands of jobs in every single province. And no to running an ethical and accountable government. And ladies and gentlemen, I am going to turn Justin Trudeau's Canada of no into a Canada of yes. Yes to you keeping more of your hard-earned money. Yes to Canada's energy sector, and yes to big projects that unite our country with the National Energy Corridor, ladies and gentlemen. No amount of government spending can replace the jobs created by small businesses and entrepreneurs. No amount of government spending can match the innovation created by a free market. And no amount of government spending can replace the generosities that come from individual Canadians and communities every single day. And that is the biggest difference between Liberals and Conservatives. Liberals put all their faith in government. Conservatives, we put our faith in people. And we know that a dollar is always better spent in the hands of the hardworking Canadian taxpayer who earned it than in the hands of the politician who taxed it. And so the choice is becoming even more clearer by the day. We now know that an NDP Liberal coalition will pay any price. I agree. We know that Justin Trudeau will pay any price to cling to power. The problem is he's going to pay that price with your money. And the price he will have to pay the NDP to stay on as Prime Minister will come right out of your pockets and make life even less affordable. The massive deficits, the taxes he will have to hike, the big projects in this country that he will have to cancel, the jobs and investment that will be driven from this country to placate the NDP will set Canada back, ladies and gentlemen. It will make life less affordable, it will raise your taxes, and it will make you fall further and further behind. And that is why the only thing that can stop a Trudeau NDP coalition is a Conservative majority government. That's what we're going for. So Canadians know exactly what they're going to get on Monday. Les Canadiens savent exactement qu'est-ce qu'ils vont avoir après les élections. Where Justin Trudeau will abuse the power of his office to reward his friends and punish his enemies, I will restore ethics and accountability and shine a light on his corruption. Where he will call small business owners tax cheats and insult them, I will always defend them and allow them to do what they do best, grow and provide jobs in our society. Where he will permit the dumping of billions of liters of untreated wastewater into the St. Lawrence, I will ban the practice of dumping raw sewage into our rivers, lakes, and oceans. Where he will clown around on the world stage and get pushed and bullied around, I will always defend Canada with strength and professionalism and stand up for Canadians' interests. Where he will look a war hero in the eye and tell our veterans that they are asking for more than he can give, I will honor their sacrifice and their dedication to this country by making sure they get the benefits that they so rightly deserve. Where he will divide Canadians and insult people just for having a different point of view, I will always stand up for freedom of speech, freedom of thought, and freedom of religion, ladies and gentlemen. And where he will go after law-abiding firearms owners and ask them and force them to follow even more laws. I will make our community safer by going after the real criminals, the gang members, and the illegally trafficked firearms. And where he will raise your taxes, run massive deficits, adding billions and billions of dollars to the debt and make life more expensive. I will run a government that lives within its means so we can lower your taxes, put money back in your pockets so that you can get ahead. That is the choice. Let's go get a majority government on Monday, ladies and gentlemen.